Good morning, everybody. It's a beautiful day. Welcome to the Fastcast, your weekly podcast of everything football, fantasy predictions, bets, news, you name it. We have it all year, every single Thursday at 8 a.m. We're going to be right here on YouTube at the Fastcast, and today I'm joined here by back to normal, no live cast, regular crew, Mr. Christy, Mr. Nick.
I just had to like check my headset connection. I thought I like disconnected for a second. I just looked down like, no, the cord's plugged in. It says I'm all connected. Like,
I think that's the longest pause I did.
Yeah, that has been your longest pause of the year so far.
Heck yeah,
the final week of the season, he's gonna just pause the whole podcast.
It's gonna be an hour long,
and then we get the podcast
to the Fastcast, and then it's and then that's it.
3-hour podcast coming in. Heard.
All right, Christy, what do we got? It's going to be another week. We got 5 weeks left, guys.
Dude.
It's crazy. This year has gone by quick. We're going to be like, oh my God, where did football go? We're going to want
football's already almost done. It's sad. How is it already?
I mean, there's playoffs.
The first week of December. Yeah.
It's still exciting for me.
No, for sure. It's like, exciting.
Oh, man, it's like crunch time.
Listen. It not only is it make or break, but the 1 seed and the 7 seed of the NFC both have 9 wins. Yeah, that is just.
I don't think.
We're getting into some absolutely mayhem-filled weeks of football when it comes to seeding and things of that nature. When it comes to the NFC, like it is absolutely going to be insane. So. Does anybody have anything to say before we get started? Are we just gonna jump into things here?
As always, let's talk about fucking football.
The only thing I have to say, how about them Cowboys?
Oh my God, let's go! We're Super Bowl time,
dude. I mean, I gotta give credit where credit's due. You know, it was a close game, 31-28. I almost let him come back there. Yeah, that's okay though. You didn't. And the record doesn't necessarily indicate the Chiefs' capability of comeback wins because they have Patrick Mahomes and they have Travis Kelce and Rashee Rice is playing well. Isaiah Pacheco has been playing okay. So they have the pieces, but for some reason they're just not executing as well as they were last year or the previous year before that. So I give the credit where credit's due for the Cowboys this year or this game. That is. But all right. I don't think any of the topics that I have is about anything in particular that we need to start early.
It is.
They are.
Yeah. Well, would you like?
Other than.
Number 1.
Yeah, you were on the right track here.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, do you want to just go into? Do you want to just go into that right now? Oh wait, I'm looking at the wrong weeks. Oops, I was looking at. I'm looking at the last week's. Yeah, I was looking at last week's game 1.
Nothing really matters about this.
You want to know what's really funny? Hold on. You want to know what's really funny is I did that not thinking that I was about to talk about the Cowboys game.
And then here
that
we
was
are.
just.
I thought you were leading into it. Yeah.
No, I actually, you know what? That would have been great if I actually thought of that, but no, I was just an ode to you and a props to your team. But yeah, let's
now even better. Let's continue talking about them. What do you say?
Yeah, let's just continue talking about it. We've got the Cowboys going to Detroit Lions. This is going to be a fun one. I think both teams are, the Cowboys are on a high right now, and the Lions are not. The Lions are dropping games. They're not playing as efficient offense as they should be or could be. I mean, the Packers kind of smoked them. Don't let the 31-24 really lead you to think that the Lions had a chance because I don't think they really did. The Packers just kind of were there the whole time. I mean, the Lions in the last few weeks, they're like 0-17 on fourth down? Something is going on with their fourth down conversions. Like, I don't know what's going on with it, but they need to figure it out. And then on the other side, you've got the Cowboys, who are, I mean, the two-headed monster and wide receiver. You have a really good game out of CD Lamb after his drops last week. So, great for him to come back and have a game like he did. And George Pickens still doing good. Turpin. I know we talk about Turpin. We talked about, me and you, Justin. I think not on the podcast. We talked about Turpin and how you're not on him as far as maybe a wide receiver. But look what he was doing on special teams. I mean, he was going. He's a very good special teams player if he's not maybe the best wide receiver in your eyes.
If he can get going, he can make very explosive plays because of.
Well, and I'm not
like,
even talking
speed
into the
bursts.
return game, but like just in tackling, he had multiple tackles on like kickoffs and punts, like, and not even going into the fumble. That was this game, right? Was that? No, it wasn't. That was the previous week. Thinking of the previous week, but I'm still talking. Turpin had a few good ones. I was watching some of the highlights for that earlier today, but. So yeah, Lions are -3. I didn't say that. Lions are -3. They still have a good offense. They have a decent defense. And for my first whoopsie daisy of the week, give me the Dallas Cowboys to go into Detroit and beat up this Lions team that is just struggling. I mean, they've not really been able to get much done over the last 5 or 6 weeks. We thought that it was going to be good for Dan Campbell to take over the helm of play calling, and I'm not saying that it's been bad, but it hasn't looked fantastic. I think that the Cowboys are just playing on a chip on their shoulder, on a high. They are peaking right now. They're peaking at a really good time so that they can try to make it into the playoffs. And that's actually the topic here that I forgot to even go into it. Do you think it's too early to say that the Cowboys season is saved? Oh, I'd like to get your opinion on that. Or too late? I don't know how I want to phrase that. Because the question could be a little bit different there now that I'm thinking about it, because it does sound a little weird to say too early when there's still not very many games left to play.
Is there a chance? I think is pretty much what sums
I think
that up.
I think that's where I'm more going is there a chance? And like, it's tough. You're gonna need some stuff to happen. But I think that there's a chance. Jerry Jones made those moves, and we talked about it. Oh, too little, too late. Right? Oh, too little, too late. I don't know if it was. Looking back now. Obviously, you have more work to do. This game is not going to be easy. But 3 weeks ago, when we talked about this 3-game series coming up, you said you had to win them all. Well,
I did.
You're 2 for 2 so far. So this will make 3 for 3. And I think that if you do pull off the win here, I think you have an excellent shot at making the playoffs.
You know what, Chris?
Yep.
Where to begin on this? Where to begin? My Dallas Cowboys. Oh, gosh. All right, here's what I'll say. I did say we have to win all 3 of these games. Eagles, by the way, were in the Super Bowl last year. Chiefs, 4 days later. The other Super Bowl team. We beat them both within 4 days, both the Super Bowl contenders last year, which is awesome. This game is probably the most important game going in for the rest of the whole year, our whole entire year. Now, a lot of things you said were correct, but I think the props definitely has to be, could you say we won the Micah trade? Because guess what? When we got Quinn in, complimenting Kenny Clark there, and we still have a first rounder to go, running inside against that D-line, and now that Overshown's back, has been shut down.
It's been. Well,
I'm not going to say it's a great defense. Like I'm not stretching that. But
I'm not saying anything about that. I just, as far as like the trade and who's winning or losers, I honestly think you guys both kind of won.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I can agree with that actually.
You could think of it like the Matthew Stafford, Jared Goff trade.
I'm kind of happy with it too, but it's like, do I still wish we had Micah? Yeah. You know what I mean?
Of course. I mean, he's.
Of course. Look at what he's doing Look at what he's doing right now. Look
Yeah.
at what he just did to the Lions.
Yeah.
Like,
So, yeah, I mean, that all being, the defense is much improved. We talk about too little, too late. I think we are in a win-out situation. Like, I think we have to win the last 5 weeks.
yeah.
Can we do that? I don't know if going back, like, how many win streaks, we're on a 3-game win streak. How many, looking back, like, can we keep stringing together, you know, Jerry, we haven't had a Super Bowl comment yet, which is good. But I'm going to really give props to the head coach, Brian Schottenheimer, here.
Oh, my God, yes.
Because when he started, I thought this was, here we go again. Jerry's going to take the control. He's taking the helm. He got a yes, sir guy. You know, all this. I had all these thoughts going in. It's just going to be the same old, same old. But after watching, like, week 1, I was, like, thoroughly impressed of, like, how he prepared the team and going, and, like, I think mentally going into this win streak, we're actually better going into this game than we were in previous years because of Schottenheimer.
I agree. He's been an excellent leader of men. That's what I'll say.
Yeah.
He's been doing. I mean, you guys were out of the race. I mean, you didn't even have a leg in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So to keep the composure, to keep everybody's heads focused, it's a real nod to him and what he's doing for that. For those guys in the locker room.
I wouldn't be surprised if he snuck up Coach of the Year kind of thing. Ben
If
Johnson.
you can-
I'm sure Ben Johnson is like by far.
If you can make the playoffs, if he can put you guys into a position to make the playoffs, I think it would be hard to deny him.
Vrabel too. You know.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good guys.
Yeah. But yeah, to at least I like it.
In the conversation is awesome.
Yeah, Schottenheimer, I think he's doing a fantastic job right now. But going into the game and into the year, we could win out and have 11 wins. 11-5, by the way, with a tie. We should be 12-5 with a win out there, which is a really good year. Like, if we win out and we go 11-5, I'd be very happy with that. And we could still miss the playoffs.
How sad you were in the beginning of the year?
Well, yeah, the defense was the worst in the league. We couldn't
you had
stop
a tie
anything.
And they were like 1-4.
I kept saying
like...
Ohio State could score 40 off that defense, which I highly still believe that was true in week 1 and week 2.
I agree. In the first 5-6 weeks of the year, really.
But yeah, defense is great. Injuries coming back. Diggs is coming back. I don't know if that's good or bad yet. We've been playing really well without him. I'd say just sit him our kind of situational kind of type thing. At least we're solid now. And that's all we needed with this offense going in. Because, I mean, come on. George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb. Not only that, but we have a top 5 running back. Like, you literally cannot stop the offense. And we know that to be true. It's the number 1 offense in the league. And that's aside from my Cowboy fan delusion. That's like actually. Yeah.
No, yeah, I mean your wide receivers are literally the best in some of the best duo in the game.
All that being said, hyping up the Cowboys. There's one very, very key thing, which has held true for the past 5 seasons now. At some point, the 4th down conversions have to turn around.
Right,
because Dan
right?
Campbell is like you're gonna make it or break it with these, and eventually, you keep breaking it. It's got to make one of these times. Another thing is too, the Lions still have not lost back-to-back games, and they just so happen to lose last week, and they just so happen to be home, and with our away record, I can see why it's a +3 and we're the dogs. High importance, win streak. No 2 good things ever happened to the Cowboys. Everything coming together.
Can't say that anymore.
All I can hope for is the Eagles collapse, because unfortunately, in this game, give me the whoopsie daisy! We're going to the Super Bowl. I don't even care. We're gonna win everything. We're winning out. We're gonna be the 7th seed going in. We're gonna crush everyone. We're going to the Super Bowl, baby. We'll see. I'll see you in Santa Clara. Because guess what? I'm booking my tickets right now. I don't even care. I'm gonna be there because we're going. Give me the Cowboys.
That entire reaction wants me to change my pick now.
I knew exactly you were doing that.
Yeah,
like, that was like such a scripted, like,
Justy,
only because of
the,
how much you talked big about the Cowboys after that win on Thanksgiving.
You got to come up with another way to deliver the surprise whoopsie daisy, because as soon as you start rambling, and I'm like, all right, the whoopsie daisy's coming.
Yeah,
it is foretold. As soon as you started speaking, it's like,
is he here?
I think he may have just passed out. In all honesty, I don't know what happened. He might be dead. Well, it's now a 2-man podcast, anyways.
Oh, sorry guys, I blacked out.
Oh,
for a
there
second.
he is. Okay.
He didn't hear a word either of us just said, by the way. He has no idea what we were just talking about. Well,
that's okay.
All that matters is that we're going to the Super Bowl. I already booked my tickets. All right, next.
Mr. Nick?
I can't believe I'm saying these words. I think the Cowboys have a real chance to win the division. That's where
You think an
I
Eagles
don't.
downfall?
I think
I
very much
agree.
foresee an Eagles downfall. I mean, the Cowboys are really, they're only 2 games behind. Actually, really a game behind in a sense. If
Game and a half.
Game and a half. That tie throws things in that damn tie, man. Like, you're a game and a half.
The tie
behind.
helps him right now. I mean, if
does
it would
help.
have been a loss, right? Like,
Yeah,
if you're
loss
thinking of it in
hurts
that
more.
way.
But I think the Cowboys win the division this year. And do you know what's crazy? The beginning of the year, if I remember correctly as well, I'm sure I could pull it up in my notes. I think I said the Cowboys are going to win the division, and I was called delusional.
You did.
Mr. Justin talking about his hot takes. I predicted that before the season started, and I see it happening. I think the Cowboys are going to make it into the playoffs. Do I think they go to the Super Bowl? No, because I've said all year as well, the Dallas Cowboys are the Pittsburgh Steelers of the NFC. They're one-and-done teams in the playoff, unfortunately. As good you could go an undefeated year and you will lose your first playoff game. But it gives the fans hope. It gives the players hope. They have something to play for now. At the beginning of the year, no one thought they were going to have anything.
Yeah, if we win the division, we get the 4 seed, and we get, like, say, San Fran as the 7. We have those as a first game. I don't hate that matchup.
No,
Again,
I don't either.
Dak Prescott regular season versus Dak Prescott postseason are 2 different Dak Prescotts. It's been rough for Cowboys fans in the postseason. Understandably, too, though. It's when you guys are in the same. I understand the pain. And how Justin was talking about, like, these are 3 must-win games. The Lions haven't lost back-to-back games. There's a first for everything, and this is the win over the Eagles, followed by the win over the Chiefs, showed me that the Cowboys are here to play. They are here to be a football team on the biggest stage and show them that, hey, we can fight for this trophy. We're not just we're here to play football and that's it. We have, instead of us having our normal games, we want a shot at the postseason. I will also be taking this Cowboys money line.
Let's fucking go. I love that.
Let's go. Okay. Here we are. First game of the Sunday slate. We have the Bengals at the Buffalo Bills. This is a kind of an interesting game because I mean I know the Bills just kind of washed the Steelers. Sorry, Nick. But the Steelers haven't been playing very well. We know that. So I don't know if that's a credit to the Bills actually playing well or the Steelers just being the Steelers. And then when you look at the Bengals, put up 32 points on this Ravens team that has been playing really well. And we said that this Ravens team needed to win. Obviously, we talk more about the Ravens when we get to them. But that was a big game for the Bengals to win. and they won it pretty convincingly. So there's part of me. Oh, and I said the Bills are -5.5 favorites, by the way.
Yep.
There's a part of me that thinks that these teams are pretty evenly matched. I don't know where -5.5 comes from here with Joe Burrow being back and like what they were able to do. I don't know if it's because of the defense, the Bengals defense, but I mean they just held the Ravens to 14 points, even though the Ravens haven't been playing good. I don't know. There's a lot of what ifs in this game, and it's really confusing me on who I should take. So, I should probably go with the home team, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. You know what? I'm gonna take the whoopsie daisy here.
Two whoopsie daisies back to back. You should probably just continue
Yeah.
it for the rest of the games.
Give
That'd
me
be pretty funny.
give me the Bengals at -5.5, or I mean at the money line, rather. Give me the Bengals money line here. I mean, I know that Vegas has the Bills at -5.5 for a reason, and I'm sure I'm gonna regret this come game day when the Bills blow them out by 50 somehow. But I don't know. Something's telling me that this Bengals team is gonna be out there. They're gonna be slinging it. They know after that win over the Ravens that like they have a shot now. It's not a big one, not a big one. But they have a shot now. Yeah, that's what I'm going with, Justin.
Well, there's only one really bad thing about the Bills, and it's their run defense. And when they do eventually make it to the postseason this year, this will be their downfall. Unfortunately, they're going to have an outing, maybe even round one, because of the run defense. Now, this game, I'm going to go ahead and take the over, which is set at 52.5. This is probably going to be a shootout game, and you know what? I think Josh Allen, especially going in now, in the part of the season that they're at, it's do or die time. He's the best quarterback in the league, in my opinion. He's going to put up a lot of points. He's going to Swiss cheese this Bengals defense. Give me the Bills -5.5.
Okay.
Yeah, the Bengals defense is not the greatest. They held against the Ravens. The Bills just beat on the dog water Pittsburgh Steelers. But there's a key factor. Joe Burrow's back. In my opinion, he is the best quarterback in the National Football League when he's healthy. And honestly, I don't think the Bengals were going to plan on playing him this year until they saw they have a chance to still win the division. I also will be going back-to-back whoopsie daisies, and the Bengals are going to upset the Bills.
Dang. All right.
Oh my God. You guys might as well take
All
whoopsie daisies the rest of the way. That's 2 for 2.
Yeah. Now, I have something in here for the topics. I didn't realize that the Patriots are on a bye this week. And one of the topics actually is about the Patriots. So I think I'm just gonna interject here after these first two games and just bring it up now. Patriots 10-2. Absolutely insane season from them. Right, 10-2. Are they 11-2 now? Actually,
11-2.
11-2. Thank you.
10 games in a row.
10-game win streak. But if you look, of the teams that they have played up to now, they have the worst strength of victory in the league. Meaning that, as of right now, the current records of all of the teams that they've played is doggy poo-poo. They've played absolutely nobody. I also have actually I can't view that now, so that's fine. But yeah, so that's kind of the statistic there. I think there was like the win percentage of everybody. It was like 0.33% win percentage, which was the lowest in the league. So with that being said, do you think that come playoff time that's something that affects them, or do you think that the fact that they're just on this crazy run, even if it's against teams that just suck. And not all of them. They have a few wins under their belt, but mostly against horrible teams. Do you think that's going to affect them in the playoffs, Justin?
It could. And the reason I'm going to say it's not is because I look at the rest of the AFC as a whole as well. There's not an elite team in the AFC that you can confidently say they're going to take over the conference and they're going to the Super Bowl. Even the 1 seed. Look at the Broncos. Well, what are the question marks we have with them? Bo Nix and the offense. What do we have about the Bills? Their run defense. Question marks on offense. Where's their... aside from Josh Allen, where is their offense? James Cook is slowing down in the second half of the year.
Not when they run 29 times of the exact same play.
Yeah, and then we look at the Ravens. They're leading the division. Question marks on them. Is their defense really back? Are they good? What is happening with Lamar? Does he even have a touchdown pass? All these questions on these AFC teams, you got to ask, who else? Who else is going to do it? And now when I look at the Patriots, they're scoring 30 points a game, at least. Yeah, they have an easy schedule. They smoked, can we agree, Panthers now are a playoff contending team. Smoked them by almost 30. They beat the Bills.
Was that game?
Beginning of the year or not?
Yeah.
They
that's
beat
just
the Bills.
like saying the about the Cowboys. The Cowboys got smoked in the beginning of the year, but like now they're a great team. So like we think of them differently now.
It is, but when you look at the points scored per game, even in the beginning to now, it's about 30. Or they scored 42 against the Panthers, by the way. But yeah, it's nearly 30 points or over every single game. They beat the Panthers. They beat the Bills. They dropped 30 on the Browns' defense. Myles Garrett with 50 sacks this year. They dropped 30 on them. They beat the Buccaneers, a playoff team. Nearly 30 on them. And they just had another 30 against the Giants. Which I'm going to say, even against these teams, consistently scoring 30, I mean, that's got to go somewhere. I like Drake May. I think he's even MVP talk. Playing great football. They have a great head coach. Run game with the rookie coming out. The veteran Ramondre to fall back on. Diggs is playing well. Their defense is solid. It's a well-rounded team. Good head coach. MVP playing quarterback. Aside from like everyone else in the division, who's there? So strength of schedule or not, I don't think it hurts them.
The only other thing that I have to think about here is, and it's not going to count for the Broncos because this is fairly new territory for them too, but teams that they could end up facing that have made playoff runs before and they know playoff football.
That's the only thing is the experience.
That's like it's the experiences could come back to haunt them.
That I would agree would be the only question. Not about the schedule, but what you experience, what you just said. I would put that on that over the schedule.
And could depend on, I guess, there's a Super Bowl opponent if they end up potentially making it there. Like that's. Like you just said, the AFC has nobody, but the NFC has a lot of powerhouses right now.
Yeah.
So, all right, Nick, what's your take on it?
I mean, Justin put it right for the Patriots' strength of schedule. Yes, there's some cupcake teams in there that played like against the Titans, and I mean, now the Steelers, I consider them. I mean, we'll talk about that later. The Jets, yeah, they're putting some games together, but I mean. Every time we have a question like that, it feels like Justin happens to say everything I'm thinking about it, because the AFC really doesn't have
the AFC is weak.
One solid team. Like the AFC North, now the team we thought was completely out of it, the Bengals have a legitimate chance to win the division still, with the way the Ravens and Steelers are playing. Like that's something
That would be crazy.
if we said week 5,
Hot
we'd be
take?
like, absolutely no way. That it is my hot take that I have 2 hot takes for the AFC North. It's either now that Joe Burrow's back, they have a chance the Bengals will win the division, or like I said in the beginning of the year, the division is going to come, which I think is going to be the more likely one. The division will come down to the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens, the final game of the year. We play each other in Pittsburgh. This week is when we talk about it, it's going to be a preview of what that will go like.
That would be crazy.
In my opinion. I said that before we even started the podcast, that game will determine the division. But for playoff time, the Patriots can fight with any single one of these possible playoff teams and win. So yes, they have a weaker strength of schedule, but they're all professional National Football players. Like they are in the league for a reason. They all can know how to play a football game. Like the Titans could theoretically walk in and beat the Rams tomorrow if they decided to play, because you never know what's going to happen. Is it realistic? No, but anything can happen at any given Sunday.
True enough. All right, let's move back into the picks. Next game, we have a division game. We have the New Orleans Saints going to sunny Tampa Bay, Florida, to take on the Bucks. I unfortunately, again, I didn't watch a lot of football this week, so I don't know. I can score look but I don't get the full story of the game. It was 20-17 for the Bucks against the Cardinals. No, anybody have any insight on that game for me? Like, I know Bucky Irving scored his first touchdown pass or his first touchdown run, so good for him. Was Baker looking all right? Just because I didn't actually see.
They still have the riddle with injury, as we know
Okay.
for the Bucks. But yeah, I was able to catch this right before my flight back here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a close fought game. The Cardinals had
I
a
see
chance
that.
fourth
Again,
quarter
we
game.
said, how many
game
times do
pushing
we
drive.
say?
That's
How
true.
many times do we say, like, the Cardinals just keep games close?
That is true. But yeah, they had a chance last drive, and the Bucks had a defensive stop and won the game by 3.
Yep. It looks like here I can see that there was at least one turnover. Jacoby Brissett threw at least one interception, so there you have it. They won the turnover battle. You win the game. Don't worry. I'll be getting into that later. Okay. So Bucks open up as 8.5-point favorites. Saints suck. They've been keeping games close. They did this last week against the Dolphins. But the Dolphins also aren't like a playoff caliber team. So this is in Tampa. Bucky Irving's back. He just gets his first game under his belt. He's ready and ripping to go. I'll take the Bucks at -8.5.
Well,
I was leaning the +8.5, but I'll take the Bucks -8.5.
Well, did you hear that Mike Evans may have his 21-day window open to come back? He didn't come to practice.
I did not.
Yeah, he's looking to play before the season ends and get back on the field, which I think would be absolutely massive for the Buccaneers going into playoff time.
Oh yeah.
I think that can make a push for him. Yeah, for this game, I mean, let's be real. The Saints are in complete shambles. This is not the year for them. Nothing is going correctly for them.
Nope.
And I agree. I think the Bucks are going to absolutely smoke this team. I think this is going to be a fun get back on track game. Let's see how many touchdowns we can score. And yeah, let me start Amika Agabubu in my fantasy team and let him get 40 points this week because I have Bucks by 1,000,000.
Yep, Bucks -8.5. Poor Saints fans is all I want to say about it.
Yeah. poor
Realistically,
Saints
looking
fans.
at their team, when do you think they'd have a turnaround?
The Saints
Yeah.
will be long in the grave.
They need
Oh my.
they need a lot to happen. I think they need to clean house. GM, like everything.
They used to be really good.
They were really good, and then
Drew
the
Brees left.
Drew Brees administration left. They lost a lot of their like the GM left, the good GM they had left. They had a bunch of big guys up in the team leave. And I think they need to clean house now. After this year. Let's get into the next game though. The game for me that I'm torn on. I have the Seattle Seahawks. It's Seattle Seahawks at the Atlanta Falcons. Seahawks are -7 favorites. Seahawks are for this game. Since we have the Falcons #1 pick, it's great to see them lose. But I hate to see the Seahawks win, especially with how close the division race is right now. This Seattle team is just playing phenomenal football. They just still have been. I don't have a lot of negatives to say. I mean, the only thing is like last week, they didn't need it, but Sam Darnold didn't really have a great game. They didn't need him to have a great game. But he was like, I think he threw for 120 yards, no touchdowns. So they didn't need him to win the game for him. They just won it anyways because that Vikings team is just absolutely ass. JJ McCarthy experiment was over, and they put in that other guy. I couldn't even tell you his name, but it wasn't any better. So they're in some trouble. I think they're missing Sam Darnold right now. That was the game right there, the revenge game. I think they're missing Sam Darnold. So this game here it's an easy one. How do I not take Seahawks -7 here when they've been playing such good football, and Atlanta has not. Atlanta's been playing terrible football. Great for us having their pick. Sucks to see them Seahawks win, but they will.
Yeah, the Seattle JSN is having a hell of a year.
#1 receiver in the league.
Literally, yeah, he is. If you told me in the beginning of the year that he'd be leading in the league, I would laugh in your face.
Yeah,
I thought he was pretty solid,
but not #1. Not number.
That's he's good.
#1 and being good is two different things.
but how can we discount Sir Samuel?
Yeah,
Which in my pick, I'm
gonna
go right. I'm gonna completely agree with you. I'm taking Seahawks -7. You know what? NFC's looking really strong. These are one of my Super Bowl contender teams. The only situation, you got to look at Sir Samuel in big game situations. We talked about this before. Can he handle the lights? That's going to be the big question going into the postseason for these guys because they are going to make it. They're going to smoke the Falcons. This is a no contest game for Sir Samuel. Also start JSN. Give me another 50 points for him in fantasy. Yeah, easy game, easy win.
Yeah, I just want to say also just let's see what happens if they can secure a home, if they can win the division and get a home game. Let's see what happens then for him. See if it's an away game thing, because remember, he came to the Rams in the playoffs last year. So
is that who they lost to?
Yeah, remember the Rams sacked him 9 times?
I thought they played
and there's the face mask in the end zone that
okay.
That even the defender was like, I got lucky. I mean, Sir Samuel's head was twisted backwards.
Yeah, I mean, even if they call that,
for some reason, I thought they lost to the Giants or something. Was that a different?
The
year?
Giants
had 1 win last year.
Did they even have?
That was a couple years ago.
No, they won.
No, they played the Vikings in the first round of the playoffs.
Yeah, that was when Daniel Jones was.
Wasn't that against
2 years ago?
Sir
3 years ago.
I'm pretty sure that was their 11 and 2 year or 11 and 3 year, whatever.
Sir Samuel played for the Vikings 1 year, brother. That was it last year.
Oh, okay.
And they lost the last week of the season against the Lions.
Yep.
Which kicked them out of the first place and kicked them back to the 5 seed, which put them against the Rams.
That's right. Who was the quarterback when the Giants beat them? Didn't they also have a phenomenal year and won 14 games? And
Case Keenum or Sam Bradford.
Bradford's too long.
That wasn't that
I'll
long
boop it
ago.
boop boop.
Yeah, that
I'll
wasn't that
boop
long
it boop.
ago. For some reason, I thought
But
that was that year.
But yeah, for this game, I agree that JSN is going to go for like 57 fantasy points. Do we ever see a 60-point game? Do you think JSN's capable of it?
I don't think it'll ever
God,
happen.
the stats you'd have to put up to
Oh.
be able to do that. I mean, it's capable, especially against this Falcons team. Seahawks by like 17 points in the first half.
Okay, boopity boop boop. We're just fucking idiots. It's Kirk Cousins.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
Kirk Cousins. In
You
that
mean the
game.
quarterback who is technically able to play in this game as well?
Oh, yeah. That's
Yeah.
like we're literally talking about his team. It's like, I wonder who it could be.
Yeah, I didn't even. Yeah.
Damn.
That was Kirk. It was Kirk Cousins in that
By the
game.
way, I had
where
that whoopsie daisy going into the first round of playoffs last year or 2 years ago, whenever it happened.
It was January 15th, 2023. So it's actually going
years
to be
ago, yeah.
coming up to 3 years ago.
Wow.
It was 3 seasons ago that happened. That's crazy. All right, let's get into the next game. And here we have it. Mr. Nick. Your Pittsburgh Steelers going to the Baltimore Ravens. Baltimore Ravens open up as a -6 favorite. Steelers suck. Ravens struggling. I don't like either of these fucking teams right now. But I think I really don't like the Steelers more. That's gonna be a hard-fought division battle. Give me the Steelers +6. I can't take the Ravens at -6 because I don't trust them either. I'd rather just take the Steelers +6.
Man, I was like right on the same path as that. I was hoping I'd be the only one that took this. I thought you guys, the Ravens, thought we were going to smoke them, but yeah, I'm right on that wavelength. Like, man, these are both teams that are literally going to be fighting it for it this game. I think that's too big of a spread. Yes, the defense hasn't been playing great. I think could this be like an Aaron Rodgers thing with the team collapse? Because I feel like this happened
just
with
a locker
like,
room cancer.
I honestly think, like, for some reason that's where my mind just went to, is like
No, I can agree.
has to be like just a Rodgers team thing. Like, it's just so a weird vibe with that going in. You know, they're good here, bad here, good, and they're going down, and then when do they come back up? And then, yeah, I don't know. You're just kind of like right, like mid for me. But same with the Ravens looking on the other side too. I don't know if they're like completely back. There's something weird going on with the whole entire division, to be honest with me. So yeah, just give me the points. Play it on the safe side here. Keep it a close game, not by a full touchdown. Hey, maybe even the Steelers win. You never know. It could be a surprise week. +6.
Could be.
I don't even know where to fucking begin.
Oh god.
Like,
I should install a seatbelt on this computer chair. Because I'd be buckling it up right now.
I'm at a loss for words. Do you see the Steelers news today? Anyone see
That they dropped Darius Slay.
Oh yeah, but so we need corner help, secondary help. You know who we picked off of the waivers?
You picked up
Adam Thielen.
right? Yeah, you picked. Yeah.
I don't hate that.
35. My brother in Christ, our average age on our team needs a fucking walker. Like, we have the oldest team in the league. Aaron Rodgers, yeah, he has problems. He's calling out people in press conferences. He's yelling at people on the field. He's not a spring chicken. He's not what the Steelers needed. We needed a fucking quarterback. We needed a young. Even though Fields isn't doing great, I would rather have had Fields on the field than Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers thinks the ground is righteous under his fucking feet. Like he thinks the ground is blessed to have him standing on it. He is not what that Pittsburgh Steelers locker room needs. The aspect of renegade, Justin, you've witnessed it live. You know, even the team down, that gets the crowd in. We get going. Do you know what happened on last Sunday with the Bills game when renegade happened? The stadium started fucking booing.
Oh.
Renegade was always our thing. It didn't matter. It would go on and the crowd would get into it. We could be losing by 30 and the crowd would get into it. They started booing and then chanting, "Fire Tomlin." What, 3 years in a row now that the fan base is calling for the head of a coach because nothing has changed. Nothing has changed at all for this team in over a decade.
Let me ask you one question,
Tomlin,
Nick.
yes.
If Tomlin were to be fired from the Steelers after the season, how many of the other 31 teams in the NFL would immediately pick up the phone and call him to be the head coach?
Because he has that record and have fun dealing with all of his stupid fucking problems. Have fun being mid for the rest of your life.
How many?
All of them. A lot of them would try to because of his reputation. However, that's a death sentence to whatever team he goes to. Because he has the
your
history.
answer right there just told me a lot, and I think this is the case. I don't think it.
I disagree.
I think it's a roster problem.
It is not a roster problem because we had Antonio Brown, we had Ben Roethlisberger, who was still slinging it, Le'Veon Bell, Martavius Bryant, Jesse James, one of the top defenses in the league, didn't do shit. We trade away George Pickens because he has a little bit of an attitude. Okay, look at him in Dallas. No attitude, doing great.
Is that all on Tomlin? All of that?
A lot of it is. Look at who he brought in, Arthur Smith. The defense. He brought in their defensive coordinator. We're sitting in schemes that, from what they're showing on the field, we are going to fail, and we're not checking out of it. We're running the same 4 plays in a row every single game. Last year we were called predictable. This year we're even more predictable. I was watching a game with my father when I was in Charlotte, and I looked at him and said, "I can guarantee you I can call these plays. So there's going to be an inside draw to the left to Warren. Inside draw to the left to Warren." Then I said, "It's going to be a check down pass, another inside draw. It's like 3rd and 8. We're going to run a pitch." We ran a pitch. Always is what we do. We do the same things. If we have a play that works one time and then gets stopped, we will run that play another 30 times in the game, even though it's not working. Because other teams adjust. I saw a thing that I wish I wrote down for this podcast. It was that the way the league plays football now has evolved. Mike Tomlin has not. He does the same things, the same mannerisms. He wants to run the same schemes, the same type of offense year after year after year after year because it's comfortable to him, because he produces the results of he's the winningest coach in football history, but that's it. That legacy aspect of it is the problem. The Rooneys won't fire him because of that legacy, because he is the winningest coach. They need to. Other teams will pick up the phone because there's teams with struggling head coaches, and yes, he can win and get you into the playoff or maybe a first-round game, and maybe you win it, maybe you don't. But whatever team has him from here on out will be just middle of the pack for as long as he's their coach.
Yeah, so, I mean, he was kind of gifted that Super Bowl team.
Yes, he was. I fucking said this for fucking years.
He was gifted that Super Bowl team.
So you're on the Tomlin's not good either?
I'm on I think it could be time for a change. Because he's had multiple different coordinators, multiple different quarterbacks, multiple different things going on there, and they're not producing playoff appearances or wins.
Well, they've always been in the playoffs. They've always been a winning team. They've always been in the playoffs.
How
They've
long
always
can
had a
you
shot.
just be mediocre?
The other thing,
how long can you just be mediocre?
Mediocre? How many other teams have consistently made the playoffs year after year after year? Not many.
That is
not many have had a winning season his whole entire career. How many teams can say that?
And Roethlisberger for
how many teams can say that? Not many.
That's the equivalent of you're playing the lottery and you got the first number and then you got none of them else. You said, "Oh, at least I got the first number." That's the equivalent of that.
No,
It doesn't matter
no,
if you
no.
if you
It's
get.
much different in football. Go tell that to the Jets, who haven't even made a playoff appearance in 30 years. Go tell that to them.
The Jets
you think
were
the
in
Jets
an
will pick
AFC
up
Championship game in 2012.
Against the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Who haven't made. No, they have the
not
longest
12,
drought in
the
not
10.
only NFL history, but sports history
Of playoffs?
of playoffs. It's like 30 something. It's like the most ever in sports history currently as it stands.
Last Jeff's playoff appearance was 2010 season, the AFC
Wild
Championship
card
game.
division lost conference championship to the Pittsburgh Steelers in 2010.
Lost to the Pittsburgh Steelers? Oh, that's kind of weird.
Yes.
In 2010.
That's kind of funny that happened.
That's 2010, 15 years ago.
And they made changes because they haven't been producing. They've gone through.
You know what happened in those 15 years too? The Steelers made it to the playoffs.
And then what do we have to show for? Okay, cool. We made the first round.
Dude,
okay,
there's
we
only
lost.
one team that can win the Super Bowl every year.
I understand, but even the aspect of being able to stack games together.
The fact that you said all
During the
31
regular
teams
season.
would pick up the phone and call Tomlin says a lot.
Because,
The fact that he gives his
That
team a
would-
chance. The
31
one thing
teams,
that
that
you
would
guys
never-
are missing
Rams would never.
is
Rams would
Tomlin
never.
is a leader. The people play for him. People
he
get
does not have
behind
that
him.
locker room.
He
does
plays
not have that
for
locker room.
Tomlin. You can't change.
Former players are coming out and Ben Roethlisberger said it's time for change. James Harrison said, "I always thought Tomlin was a good coach. He was never a great one." Former players are coming out and saying in the past that he's not the best. That he's never fully had the locker room.
You know what?
Hall of Famer Ben Roethlisberger, who will go down as the best quarterback.
I'm going to
in the
give a
Steelers
hot take
history.
here. I hope it does change. And when the Steelers don't make the playoffs next year, after they change and don't have a winning season, I'm going to come right back on this podcast. And
I would
say
rather
told you so.
have us not win a game and start to rebuild for the next 10 years than be middle of the pack every single year. I would rather be the worst team in the league for the next 10 years, trying to build a future, knowing, okay, we understand we're bad, not being just mediocre the entire time, being like, oh, why haven't things changed? I'd rather see change in general. As a Steelers fan, I'd rather see change go good or bad. There just needs to be a fucking change.
I know
with
you
this
say that now, but if the Steelers were 0-17 and you coming on this podcast every week, you'd probably quit.
team. No, I would not. That is the honest truth. I would rather have the Steelers not win a game for the next 10 years. So
Wow.
there's
That's a
That-
little much.
You're crazy.
yeah, 10 years might be a bit much. I'd probably shoot myself by then.
Yeah, that's a little bit much.
But I would rather
I
be the worst team in the league.
I
I'd
get
rather
what you're saying,
playoff
Justin.
be
I
eliminated.
understand completely what you're saying. They have made the playoffs, but they haven't won a playoff game in over 8 years.
2016.
So they make the playoffs, yes, but they don't win in the playoffs. So something's got to happen. Maybe something. I believe it. Obviously, it's a 50-50 hot take. Who knows? Let's move on. We've been
I
rambling
didn't-
on
I
about
didn't
this for
even-
way
I
too
didn't even-
long.
I didn't even do my pick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. What's your pick?
Okay, what's your pick?
for the game?
Ravens -6.
Ravens
like-
-6.
Okay.
I probably could have had that.
All right, let's hear it in the comments. What you guys think? If you're here and listening to that rant, if you're still here after all that,
Yeah.
let's hear what you have to say about Mike Tomlin in the comments. All right, let's move on to the next game. We're not even halfway through the games yet. Like, let's pick it up here. So we've got the Colts going to the Jaguars. Colts are -1.5 point favorites. Division game in Duval. Come to find out, and I don't know if this has been a long-standing thing. Has it been bothering him since we talk about the decline of the Colts? Is this a problem? He's got a broken leg.
Whoa. Since we
Daniel Jones.
could we run that back?
We've been
Since
talking about it
we've
for a
been
few
talking
weeks.
about
You said it first, but we've been talking
okay,
about
all right.
it.
That's more like it. Yeah, almost. Yeah. Go
Okay,
back to the hot
all
take
right.
episode of the podcast. It was probably
Listen,
like 8 weeks ago at this
But
point.
is this the problem? Was the problem the fact that he has a broken leg? That's a little exaggeration. It's just a hair. That's a little fracture in his leg, but
It
that's
is still broken. It is still a thing.
it is
Trust
still
me, I've had
broken.
enough of
Daniel
them.
Jones is playing with a broken fibia. Excuse me? You could just go out there with your leg broke and still play the quarterback position? It affects his ability to move out of the pocket and extend plays down the field, which is something that he was doing a lot of in the beginning of the season. So I hate this. I hate that for them. And now that he can't do that, now teams are defensively more dialed in on Jonathan Taylor because they know that Daniel Jones can't really take chances and take opportunities outside the pocket. Makes him a little bit more one-dimensional, which is why they are struggling. Somebody's going to win this football game since Trevor Lawrence is on the field. I don't know who. Someone's going to win. Is this going to be a good Trevor Lawrence game or a bad Trevor Lawrence game? Sauce Gardner went out. I don't know if he's going to be playing. He's injured.
That's a question too. Yep.
So I'm just going to go with the home team here. It's a pick 'em at Colts -1.5, but I'll go with the home team money line for the Jags.
Well, look what we have here. Once again, 8 or 9 weeks ago, the one and only said the Colts will have a downfall and the Jaguars will be leading the division. And here we are, week 14. Week 15?
Hey, Houston's right there too. You can't count them out either.
Oh, no. I have not counted them out at all because they actually look like the heating up hot team of that division right now.
I'd agree.
But aside from that, I said this 8 or 9 weeks ago. If you could go back to the Hot Take podcast every Thursday, 8 a.m. on the Fastcast, listen to it yourself. I said that this would happen. And here we are, in reality, real time, right now. And it has happened. The Jaguars are currently leading the division. Colts going on a little bit of a losing spree here. And I don't see that changing. I'm going to take the Jags money line. Daniel Jones, injury or not, he can still play. If he's out there and he hasn't been feeling it, but he could play with his injury or not, whether that he thinks he affects it or not. I think Daniel Jones was going to end up being Daniel Jones at some point in the season, regardless of what has happened. And here we are. I like the Jaguars for this game at home. Sunny Florida once again. Colts downfall. I got to keep going with the hot take because, we've been right so far. So I'm going to agree with you. I'm going to take this pick 'em at Jags, home, get another game lead in the division. Watch out for the Texans. They're starting to score. Their defense is still top of the league. Those guys I would be very afraid of in the AFC to be playing against in the first round of the playoffs. Let me tell you right now. Because when they're picking up right now and their defense is playing like it is, going there, if they gain the division for like a home game there, I'd be scared.
Yeah, see, I'm gonna disagree with the Jaguars on this win. I'm actually gonna be taking the Colts spread on this because of one man, the best running back in the league right now, Jonathan Taylor. They'll just hand the ball to him 700 times, and I don't think the Jaguars are really going to be able to answer him.
Yeah. That's all I had to say. That's it.
That's it. Jonathan
Okay.
Taylor.
Okay.
Lead
JT.
the Colts.
All right, and that's fair. That's fair. All right. Next game up. Another 1:00 game. Potential contender for eyeball avoider of the week. We have the Dolphins at the Jets. We're gonna have a couple games here coming up here in this few game stretch that we're gonna talk about. Pretty much back to back to back. That are potential eyeball avoiders of the week. Probably just avoid all of them, really. So we've got the Dolphins at the Jets. Dolphins. Dolphins are Dolphins. I could care less about either of these teams. The Jets are out of the playoffs. The Dolphins are out of the playoffs too, right? think.
They
Are
technically
they
are not
officially?
mathematically eliminated. They still have a chance.
They are okay, but they're right there. They're about to be, like they're literally on the cusp of being knocked out. So they have a little bit to play for. Jets are probably going to try to play. What is the term I'm looking for here?
Draft capital.
No, the opposite. They're going to try to win so they can knock the Dolphins out.
The division thing. Their rival.
Yeah, well, they're going to try to knock them out of the playoff race. You know what I mean? You know, play. There's a word for it that I'm not thinking of. I'm a little stupid right now, apparently.
Do you like olives?
Yeah. Um, just give me the Dolphins -2.5. I don't really care about this game. Doesn't mean much to any game.
Chris?
Yeah.
I'm going to completely agree with you. Aside from one thing, how funny would it be if the Dolphins went out and make the playoffs?
That would be crazy. Mike McDaniel, coach of the year. What?
Just think about it for a second.
It would be. It would be. I'm not saying there's no chance, but
It's still possible. They're on a huge win streak. I think they continue it. I think, yeah, they do. I mean, I don't count anything out at this point. That's all I'm saying. It's not going to be a hot take at this point in time. It probably should be because I usually call those things pretty good, as you can see. 3 for 3 pretty much. I'm just going to throw it out there.
you're not
it could
wrong.
be sneaky. Yeah, it could be a little
Yeah.
sneaky. You never know. The 1-7 Dolphins, all of a sudden, here they come. I don't know why my voice is getting higher. Yeah, give me Dolphins -2.5.
Okay. Nick?
I mean, I don't even want to have an opinion on this game because like I'm gonna forget this game exists entirely. Like as soon as I scroll down on DraftKings and that game's off my screen, I won't even remember any of this conversation because that's how bad this game is gonna be to watch with my two eyeballs. Like I think if I hear like the commentating of the game, knowing that the game is on, I think like my brain cells are just gonna die. But I mean, it's the Dolphins and Jets. Like it's like comparing cow shit and horse shit. Like it's both shit. But I think the Dolphins have a little more hope, so I think they'll play a little harder, and I'll take the Dolphins -2.5 on that.
All right. Second potential eyeball of order of the week. We have the Tennessee Titans going to the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland Browns are -3.5 favorites. Browns defense playing good. Can't really say anything good about this Titans team. They can string together a couple good plays. Cam Ward can kind of look flashy here or there, but like really, and I already know Nick's gonna say it. We all know why Cam Ward was able to be drafted. Blah blah blah. They
Yes,
fucking suck.
yes.
Use the
The
Cam Ward
Shador
thing,
Sanders.
the Trevor Lawrence thing.
Yeah, the Shador Sanders experiment. I'm liking it so far. He hasn't necessarily blown the roof off the place, but he's being smart with the football. He's trying to not have too many big negative plays. You can see that he's really trying to be efficient on the field, and he's throwing the ball down deep. That's what you got to ask for. So I think with that being said, I think I like the Shador-led Browns team here at -3.5. So I'm going to take them.
I don't necessarily like the Shador-led Browns team. I think it's been a little underwhelming. As a matter of fact, I'd say it's pretty equal to Dylan Gabriel, what he was producing. I don't know if I'm on the Shador. Question: do you think he's a franchise quarterback?
No,
No. So
no, I just mean for this game. Like I just like
overall,
you know,
who would you go forward with as their quarterback?
neither of them. They're going to
Yeah.
draft someone or they're going to trade for someone. That neither of them are going to be the franchise guys.
So they
Unless
drafted
Shador,
4 quarterbacks
like,
this year. Still have Deshaun
yeah,
Watson
well,
on the bench, and
welcome,
they're gonna
welcome
get...
to the Browns. Welcome to the
Okay.
Browns. This is what they do.
Okay.
I honestly think that if Shador doesn't like turn it up with the last few remaining games of the season, because he's going to start the rest of the year. Unless he like has a game where he throws 6 interceptions, he's starting the rest of the year.
So you don't think he's good enough to start as a quarterback in the league as of right
Got
now?
to see more. He's only had 2 starts, and his second start was against a highly doubted playoff team. Highly in the 49ers. That's a tough game as a shit franchise right now and everything going on to go out there and find a lot of success. And he did move the ball down the field and threw a touchdown pass. Like, so he did that.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd agree with you. I'm not on the train because look at the rookie running back that came in, Judkins.
Yep.
He is playing phenomenal. Like he's
phenomenal.
Yeah. The
I
thing
don't,
missing on that offense is, guess what?
It's quarterback.
A quarterback. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's only had 2 starts. That's why I'm a little optimistic, because like he could. I mean, what's his name there? Ben Roethlisberger's first year, or not? But Peyton Manning's first season, they won 2 football games, and he led the league in interceptions. Okay, I'm not trying to compare this kid to Peyton Manning. Like, don't get it twisted. But I'm just saying that like he could have a good enough potential upside to where he could be the starter going forward. But as of right now, I'm not sold on him. But I am interested to see how he finishes out the year.
So yeah, back to my thing. I'm not a Shador led Browns, but a Myles Garrett led Browns -3.5.
The best defensive player in the league right now.
Yep, hands down.
And I say that with a very heavy heart. That hurts my soul to say, but he is. I've said every year stats mean everything because of all that shit with DJ. This year he has the stats to back it.
I was gonna say, who you picking for the game?
I was about to say, I want to make sure you're finished before I interjected in that. Like, because I was just making the comment on the Myles Garrett, and that's also now making me sad again to think about. But yeah, Brown is -3.5. Myles Garrett might have 17 sacks in this game.
How far away is he from the record?
Close.
It's pretty
the
close.
record
sure.
that my beloved TJ Watt also
3.
co-holds. I think he's at 17 sacks on the year. Record's
I think it's
22
like
20,
21 and a
22
half, right? 22 and a half.
22 and a half.
Okay. Well, shoot. Okay. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Hopefully he can get there by the end of the year. I think that'd be awesome for him.
I don't.
Signing that big deal and then taking the record. I think that'd be awesome. Let's move on to the last potential eyeball avoider of the week. We've got the Washington Commanders going to the nameless quarterback, because I couldn't tell you what his name is, for the Minnesota Vikings. Because JJ, I'm assuming, is not playing again.
Did you see the hilarious play he made?
You mean the Will Levis? He was going down to the
yeah.
The Will Levis play.
Ball over his head straight to the defender with no one in front of him.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that was so funny.
I mean, both of these teams right now, Washington. Okay, the Vikings open up as -1.5 favorites. I don't like that. I think Washington has a better upside. To look how they've just played against the Denver Broncos in a very close game. I'm gonna take the Washington Commanders here, money line. It's a pick 'em anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But I'll take the money line. I just think that the Commanders have a bigger upside right now with the quarterback play that you're getting from this Vikings team. I mean, they are, I think, realizing that they made a mistake in sticking with JJ, and letting Sam Darnold walk. I think they should have franchise tagged Sam Darnold and just let him play another year and see what happens. Obviously they didn't. Here we are. Yeah, that's all I got to say about this game.
Well, Chris, I'm going to completely agree with you on one thing and completely disagree with you on another thing. Can you guess which is which?
You're gonna disagree on the fact that they should have kept Sam Darnold.
No, not that, but I'm talking about the quarterback, yes. Mind you, this is his first season.
It is.
Because his first season, he was injured the whole entire season. I see flashes that could potentially make this team almost like what we were saying, Peyton Manning. This could be a Peyton Manning situation. I'm not giving up on JJ yet. I think he could be good. I see it. Hot take of the year.
But his flash is enough.
Hot take of the year. He might be in the MVP conversation next year for the Vikings. But I'm going to completely agree with you with taking Commanders' money for this game.
Yeah.
That's all I got to say about it. Commanders' money. Hot take. JJ MVP next year.
You know what, Justin? I have to actually completely agree. I think J.J. McCarthy's sophomore year, instead of being a sophomore slump, is going to be a breakout year.
Yeah, he's already in a slump. Can't really get any worse than what he's got right now.
I mean, you could.
I mean, you can, but
It's possible. But I have to complete. I think he's going to have a very good year next year. I think this year is just a lost cause for the Vikings, and he's going to get back on the track. And I think the Commanders are just a slightly better football team than the Vikings right now.
yeah, they're just better. I don't want to say better coached, but it feels like they're just better coached right now. They're a little bit more disciplined. But we'll see. Next game. Our first 4:00 game of the season, of the day, of that Sunday slate. We have the Denver Broncos at the Vegas Raiders. Broncos are a 7.5-point favorite. This Broncos team coming off a big win. Well, a win against the Washington Commanders, which I am still very surprised that the Commanders kept that game close. You know, this is
Would
the
they
Broncos
go for
team
two
that
at
we
the end and miss it?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
This is a Broncos team that we have been stouted for their defense, and they kind of let Washington have their way a bit through this game. I think it happens. Not every team is perfect for every single game. There's never been a team that has gone the whole season and playoffs and Super Bowl and won everything. Almost did once with the Patriots, but
Actually,
it just doesn't happen. Well, okay. Well, they never went to Super Bowl. The
72
Dolphins.
The 72
He's never
Dolphins?
won. He never won a Super Bowl.
What? The 72 Dolphins?
Dan Marino is the best quarterback to never have a Super Bowl.
Oh, I thought you were talking about undefeated season.
No.
Oh, okay.
Well, so did the Patriots. The Patriots had an undefeated season in
And
07.
lost to the Giants, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm just meaning like no one's perfect is what I'm getting at. So
Yep.
I don't necessarily look at that game and them scoring them points as like a deterrent to them as far as their defense goes. And the Raiders are just absolutely fucking garbage. Like this is a poverty franchise right now. What in the world does Pete Carroll have this team doing? I mean, it's absolutely just hot garbage. Absolutely dog shit garbage. Broncos minus 7.5, more like Broncos minus 50. Like, and to their credit, Washington hasn't been great. Whatever, you can say whatever you want, but the Broncos put up almost 30 points on them. I mean, they were scoring. That's the big thing we've had against them is that they haven't been scoring.
Yep.
Well, they scored, so. Give me the Broncos minus 7.5.
And it can happen. We've seen it in fourth quarters with Bo Nix, like the 30-point comeback against the Giants. And
True.
smoked the Cowboys when we had the 32 worst defense in the league. So.
Yeah, but we're talking about teams that had bad defenses.
Which, to my point, coming to the Raiders,
Bad defense. Yeah.
Everything, every side of the ball.
Yeah.
They're just not a good football team, and especially having No at the QB, having literally the league leading in interceptions for my second whoopsie daisy of the week. It's a big one, ladies and gentlemen. Give me the 7.5 point spread whoopsie daisy money line for the Raiders at home. Denver Broncos, what happened? No turned into yes, baby. Give me the Raiders. How's that for a script?
That was good. That was a good one. I didn't
Yeah.
expect that. I was not expecting that. I like that.
Yeah, you're just wrong though. The Raiders are
Could have toned it down on the theatrics a little bit, but I did not get that one coming. I did not see that one coming at all.
You are just incorrect, however. The Raiders are. I think right now, out of shape, could go on a field and probably outperform some of those players. Like, it is sad. Like, it is sad. I have a genuine chance to make that roster. Maybe I go move to Vegas right now and go try out and live my dream of playing in the National Football League. Denver Broncos by 300, if possible.
Damn. All right. It's good to have a little bit of adversity there in that game. All right, let's go on to the next game. We've got the Chicago Bears playing really good football. Number 1 seed Chicago Bears
Crazy.
going to the Green Bay Packers. Packers are a -6.5 point favorite. That's a lot of points.
Think it was the same spread against the Eagles. I'm pretty sure.
That's a lot of points. This is going to be a good game. This is their first matchup of the year. This is a big test for both of these teams, if I'm being honest with you. This has obviously not only just playoff implications, but the Bears play them twice still, the Green Bay. So they have this game and then another game.
And then
these two games could affect the seeding, not only the seeding, but who wins this division. So this is a massive game. The Green Bay defense has been playing pretty well. I mean, how do you not take the home team here with Jordan Love? I'm not doing it though. Give me the whoopsie daisy.
Oh.
Ben Johnson and the Bears are gonna go into Green Bay, and they are gonna surprise upset this Packers team. So give me the Bears money line.
Now this game for me is game of the week. Game of the week.
This is gonna be a good one. Yeah,
this is gonna tell me a lot between these two teams.
I agree.
To be honest, I don't know who looks better. I think they're both.
Yeah, I made that
football.
I made that pick on the spot. I made that pick right on the spot. I was going back and forth in my head for a minute there.
I think they do split though. This is what's going to happen. They have this game. They play next week, and then I think they go back to each other the week after. Pretty sure is how it works.
Yeah, I think they're only separated by one game in between.
But this spread, man, I don't know if it's a Vegas disrespect here, because I believe this was the same of what they had going into the Eagles, and they handedly beat them. They had not one rusher for 100 yards, but Monungai and Swift, both for over 100 yards. Ben Johnson has this offense almost like Kyle Shanahan-esque. He's going to run the ball 7,000 times in a game, and he does not care. The run game is going to be there. Caleb Williams, although, you had questions, it's 10-29, by the way, about his accuracy and looking like a quarterback. Where has that talk been since they've been winning?
Yeah, I haven't had it. He's been looking good.
He's been looking good. Solid quarterback. I believe in the offense. Defense playing good. All that being said, Green Bay is also having one of their ups of the year. Jordan Love, still not buying him myself. Love him or hate him, he's putting up points. The offense is getting together. Defense is the story of the team. They're on a win streak. I'm going to take the Packers to win at home. Like I said, it's going to be split when they come back to Chicago. I do believe the Bears will win. Kind of knock down the Bears a little bit. They've been on a high win streak. But it's not going to be by a touchdown, I'm going to tell you that. So I will take the Bears plus 6.5. But I could see them also winning, too, the Bears. Like, count them out of every game, but you get the ball in the hand less than 2 minutes, and you have a one-score game. They've won every single one so far. So I could see that being a scenario. If that happens again, I trust them to get the job done.
I agree.
So that's why I'm going to take the points. I think this is going to be a hard-fought divisional battle. That seems like a lot. 6.5 is a lot for this game.
Man. Do I dare say this could possibly be a contender for Game of the Week?
I just said that.
Yeah, you said that.
I said it is Game of the Week.
I think this is the game of the week.
Oh, I heard a pause. I'm not gonna lie, my headset must have. I did not hear you say that. I heard a pause. I heard your pick though of plus 6.5, and I agree in a sense of the aspect the Bears are going to win this football game. They're gonna go in there, and it's gonna be one of the first times in memory that I think I have that the Packers will not beat the Bears. When is the last time that happened? Does anyone know off the top of their head?
That's also a good point. The Packers have had the Bears number for quite a while.
I would say it's more of a Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers had the Bears number. He owns the Bears. I think for the Bears, he's like what Ben was for the Browns. I think he's won more in their stadium than they actually their starting quarterbacks have. Like Ben Roethlisberger has won more games in the Brown Stadium than any other quarterback in the league. I have a feeling Aaron Rodgers is up there for the Bears. But there's no Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay. Yeah, Green Bay has Micah Parsons and I mean Jordan Love is all right. I mean I've never been crazy about him. But the Ben Johnson effect, the Bears, they look like I can't believe they're the number one. Like they're nine wins. The team that we all laughed about in the beginning of the year. They have everything. All right. They have everything to play for and prove now, and now there's hope for those fans. They went through the drought that I'm wishing that happens to Pittsburgh. They went through it, and they're coming out on the other side now. This is going to be a good year for them. I think the Bears will beat Green Bay in Green Bay.
Just a little boopity boop boop. The game that was at the Bears, or they're at the Green Bay Packers last year. So in this stadium right now, where we're going, the Bears won 24-22.
Oh, last year?
Last year.
Okay, when was the last time before that then? 1960?
2018.
Oh, well, I guess it's more recent than I thought it was.
Still, that's a long time.
It's
up until that loss, they had won. Yeah, it's a very lopsided.
Yeah,
it's 12
since
the year 2000.
Since the 90s, it's very lopsided.
Yeah, I was about to say since the year 2000, the Bears have only won 12 games against the Green Bay Packers out of 49 matchups.
Yeah. So it's definitely a thing. The Green Bay does win those, so they definitely. I have a good feeling for the Bears here this week, though. All right, here we are. My Los Angeles Rams.
You've been waiting for this game.
Versus the Arizona Cardinals. Let me just talk here for a second. I know we've been rambling a lot here. I'm gonna try not to ramble too long. Good on the Panthers. They played very well. We still had a shot to win the game at the end of the game. Stafford takes that absolutely egregious penalty. 3rd and 5. Now you're 3rd and 10. And then you take a sack and you lose the ball. And the game's over. You were there. You could have tied the game with a field goal. But you made some boneheaded mistakes. Although, they moved the ball well throughout the game. I mean, they were scoring. We were in a position to win the football game. I mean, still scored 4 touchdowns. Like, it's not like they weren't scoring. 5 touchdowns if you consider the pick 6. As really unfortunate that first interception off the helmet of a Panther defender and wound up in a Panther hand, and then the second one was just the pick 6 was bad. He threw it inside, should have threw it outside, ends up in a pick 6. One thing I will say is Matthew Stafford did get the record for touchdowns thrown without an interception. So he got the record before he had a catastrophic display for a few plays. They're 7-6 now with that win. The Panthers are. They're a good football team now. In the beginning of the year, we weren't quite sure. Then Justin had his hot take. Give him credit again. We'll give him credit again.
Thank you.
But they're not a bad team. This also isn't a bad loss for the Rams. I think that this, for me, my thought process is this is the cultivation of like the last 2 weeks of just the media absolutely fucking Gluck 3000ing on the Rams. I mean, like, it was every day they're talking about it. And then literally the day of the game, I sent the thing in the group chat of what Adam Schefter had. It was just all these gloating things about the Rams, how they haven't won, they've no intercepted, won games by this many points, haven't not had a lead since this game, had all this stuff. And I mean, like, it's almost like you can't write the script any better. To just constantly Gluck 3000 on a team and then have them lose. That's just what it felt like to me. And honestly, I'm fine with it. I hated the loss. It's going to set us up for a really troubling couple of weeks. But I'm glad the loss happened because now we don't have any of that anymore. There's no more touchdown to interception, 27, 28 interception streak, blah, blah, blah. We don't have to worry about the media anymore. We're kind of going to step back a little bit on that. Now we can just go out and worry about playing and winning football games. And this is one that we're going to play and we're going to win. Rams, -7.5. I understand the Cardinals keep games close, but the Rams are going to go out there and absolutely fuck this team up. They are not happy with that loss. A lot of things happened. Emmanuel Forbes has one good game where he's the best fucking defensive player in the league, gives up 2 touchdowns in this game on 4th down, both of them. So I think they're going to have it's a little one, a very little one, but they're going to have a little chip on their shoulder. Little one. They're a good team. They've won a lot of games, so it's only a little one. They don't get to have a big one. But they're going to have a little bit of a chip on their shoulder, and they're going to go into Arizona and probably leave with a dead bird in their hand. And that's my take.
Man, I'm so happy it was so short.
Well, I did say I was going to ramble. I said I was going to ramble. I said I'd try
when you get to your
to
team,
make it
you gotta
short.
do the same thing. You know, we all did the same
I was
thing.
yelling during mine. That is true. Yeah.
Yeah, let's not forget. I don't think this is a bad loss at all for the Rams. The Panthers are a good team.
Yeah.
Let's not
Just the
forget
week
who
before,
said this about 9 weeks
3
ago.
interceptions.
Yeah, yours truly, me. Now, it turns. It just so happens, after setting the record touchdown to no interceptions, that it happens against this very well grounded Panthers defense. But that is what lost them the game, is Matthew Stafford.
Oh, yeah.
3
It
turnovers,
was.
2 interceptions, fumble. But you're right, they did still look good doing it. They score points, they come back. The only thing is how many points the Panthers scored is what I'm a little bit...
Yeah, it was on the fourth down, like I said, the 2 touchdowns on fourth down, right? Like, they were afraid of the first down, not afraid of the long ball, is what it felt like to me. I think they make adjustments to that.
Yeah, and the pick six helps them a lot still. But
Yeah.
looking at the Panthers offense, like, going in the past few weeks, is kind of, how did they put up this many points? That's the only... I'm not, like I'm saying, not a bad loss. Look good losing. It's going to happen. Actually, I feel like it's probably better you get it out of the way, get your win streak going into the postseason.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
You got to drop a game. Like, you're not going to win every single game. So, drop one here, get hot going in. You got to win 4 games to make it to the bowl if you're not the 1 seed. Which is still very much alive because, the Bears lose this game being the 1 seed. They're the 7 seed. Which is just so weird how it works out. But, yeah, so this game, I do believe that the Rams will win once again. They'll be in the win column. But
Cardinals
give me the
close.
touchdown. Yeah, give me the touchdown.
Yeah.
It's 7.5. So I think they'll keep it within the touchdown. They held the Bucs to 3, had a chance to win it. I think all their games are 1-score games. I don't think that's just going to randomly change. Yeah, I think the Rams win. It may look like an easy win, but I think they keep it within a touchdown. So just give me the Cardinals points.
Yeah, no, I think this is the Rams get back. I think they're going to be sad about the loss and absolutely take advantage of the Cardinals, like bestiality aspects. Rams minus 7.5.
Hell yeah. Matthew Stafford still, though, 32-4 touchdown interception ratio. I mean, like, do you guys think that this game messed his running up for MVP?
No, not at all.
No? Okay.
No.
Drake May did take back over the odds to win MVP, but that's a betting thing, not an actual thing. But
yeah,
I would love
so
for
there's a
him to win
difference
MVP.
between. Remember we had the MVP talk. Who is going to be quarterback? Look
Yeah.
at Baker Mayfield. The drop off is known. Like there's a difference between that, like a Baker Mayfield, and he's out of the question now. Then a Stafford, he throws 2 interceptions in a game. Whoop-de-doo. He still has, I think it's the second most yards in the league. I think it may be the most touchdown passes in the league right now.
He does. He leads the league in touchdown passes.
Yeah. So all that, it's not going to hurt it.
Cool. All right, let's get into the Sunday night football game. Big game here. We've got the Houston Texans going to the Kansas City Chiefs. Chiefs open up at minus 3.5. Then the Houston team playing well, best defense in the league as far as scoring defense goes. People are not scoring a lot of points on this team. Finally get some offense out of them this last week, where they're showing signs and flashes of what could be. And I think they're kind of heating up at a good time, like we were talking about earlier. Kansas City, man, this is gonna be a close game. Chiefs minus 3.5. This is gonna be a close game. I'm almost debating on taking the whoopsie daisy here and going for a Chiefs downfall, but it is Sunday Night Football, and it's Patrick Mahomes on Sunday Night Football. The lights are going to shine the brightest on Taylor Swift. Give me Houston plus 3.5. I kind of wanted to take the whoopsie daisy here, but I'm not gonna do it. I'll take the Texans plus 3.5.
Yeah, I mean, one team's playing great, and one team's season is literally on the line. A loss here.
A loss here pretty much does it, right?
It's not going to end the dynasty. But a loss here will put the Chiefs out of the playoffs. Like 1,000,000%. I think they know that too. And it almost feels like we've had this talk 3 weeks in a row now where their backs are against the wall. They have to win.
Yeah, and they just haven't been.
And they just haven't been.
Do you think they can find a way in? With their schedule, with their division, with
No,
whatever.
they lose this game, it's over.
Okay.
And I'm taking the downfall for my third.
Yep.
Whoopsie daisy.
I really wanted to.
Of the week. The Texans are going to officially put the Kansas City reigning 10 years in a row division champions out of the playoffs this year. Give me the red hot Texans. The defense, unbelievable. The offense picking up. CJ Stroud scoring again. Nico Collins going off. I don't know why it's so many points. Yeah, I'm taking the money line. I think this is an easy one, guys.
Mr. Nick?
And for my fourth, whoopsie daisy, I also agree that this is the year the Chiefs will not be in the playoffs. They will not be the division champs. It might be a Sunday night. All the eyes will be on them, and all the eyes are going to watch the Chiefs crumble for the year. This is partially coming out of my just burning hatred for this team, and I don't ever want to choose them to win ever again because I just hate the Chiefs so much. But as Justin said, the Texans are red hot right now. Chiefs are struggling. I mean, the Chiefs still play good football. They have pieces back, but I think it's too little too late in the season. The Texans have too much to play for.
That's fair. That's fair. I like the whoopsie daisy here, but just something is telling me that there's a possibility that
I've lost the mystique.
somehow. I know that I should as well, but it's so hard. 10 years of it's hard to put the 10 years in in 4 Super Bowl appearances in the last, it's hard to put that behind me. All right, let's move on to the last game of the week, the Monday Night Football game. We have the Philadelphia Eagles going to Los Angeles and playing the Chargers. Ooh, this game. Eagles downfall. Chargers. What Charger team are we going to get? I mean, they just put up 31 points on the Raiders. Raiders aren't good, though. So that's something, but they were able to score. They were able to put up 31 points against a dog shit team, so that's obviously a good feeling. Can they do this against this Eagles team? Can the Eagles put up points? I don't know. I don't trust either of these teams. Eagles are -3 favorites. I don't really trust either of these teams to win this football game. Who do I trust more, though? That's the real question. What I'm going to go with here is I'm going to go with the Eagles -3. I think that the Eagles defensive line is probably going to have a field day with Justin Herbert. And it's not going to look great. Even though I think this is going to be one of those games where the Eagles win, but they don't win because they're out there scoring 30 points. They're just going to edge it by like they have been in the last 5 weeks. So, yeah, give me the Eagles -3. I hate to say it.
As much I'm right there in the same boat, because as much as I want to say this is the same thing that happened to the Eagles a couple of years ago where they rip off 11 straight wins and then lose their last 6 out of 7. there's something about this Eagle team that you just keep watching them and you're like, man, they have the 29th worst offense in the entire league, yet they still win. Is this the downfall? Is this the supernatural funk? Obviously, Saquon's not having nearly even a year this year.
Nope.
Same with the whole entire offense.
Yeah.
You look at it and you're like, how are they winning games? Honestly. But Justin Herbert may not even play in this game. He just had surgery.
Oh,
Not throwing
right.
hand,
I forgot
probably.
about that. Yeah. Left hand.
Yep, day to day, uncertain for the game.
Yeah, it'll be Trey Lance.
We don't really know the chances as of right now at the recording. But either way,
recording on a Tuesday,
be it him playing or not, as much as I want this to be the Eagles' downfall so we can sneak in and win the division and have one home game in the postseason, we don't have that kind of luck. And the Eagles are going to win this game by 3. Or more. Give me the Eagles -3, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I have to agree as well with the Eagles -3. Another team I just despise. No Justin Herbert, injured offensive line. It's just they're being set up to fail against this team, even under the lights, even at home. I think the Eagles. I don't think it's going to be an easy win for the Eagles, however, because again they implode in the later half of the season. I guess it's a Pennsylvania thing. But I think they at least win by a field goal.
All right. Well, that will do it for this week's lineup of games. Looking like a decent week. 3 games that it's it could be eyeball avoiders, but really there's a good bunch of decent games this week that'll be fun to watch, hopefully. So, with that being said, it's gonna lead us into the last segment of the podcast, which, why did it go up here? Interesting.
It's time for It's Okay, It's Not Okay.
I don't know what happened. The It's Okay, It's Not Okay was not in the same spot that it usually is on my soundboard, so I just got really confused. But it's okay, it's not okay. Let's set the scene, because it's 2 teams that we didn't really talk about today, because they're both on a bye this week, during the Giants and Patriots game. Younghoe Koo takes the field, goes for a kick, procedural kick. You kick them all the time. You kick 17 of them in practice. You kick 10 of them during the game. Extra points, field goals. You kick them. Goes up for the kick. And I think he probably had the worst attempt that a kick was made of any sport that uses the ball in your feet. Like, it was just absolutely horrendous. He goes in, goes for the kick, and he just kicks the dirt a yard behind the ball. I mean, the tip of his toe just went straight down into the field. And
First of all, I don't even know how that's even possible. I've never seen that. Ever. How, honestly, answer this question. How does that happen?
I don't know. As a professional kicker in the National Football League, you have kicked hundreds, if not thousands, of kicks in your legacy of over your years of kicking. I don't know how you even managed to do that. So, my not so serious, fun, it's okay, it's not okay for this week. Is it okay to drop a kicker that had maybe the worst kick of any sport in any sport history?
So did you guys not see his interview?
No.
He had defense. He said as he was going in the video as well, he said, I bailed on the kick intentionally because the ball started to move, and it was like if it kicked it, it wasn't going in.
So you
holder,
kick
the
it
hold,
anyways.
right. I agree with that aspect.
Yeah.
But his defense was, and in the video, as the holder gets it and is going up, it started slipping and falling. And then the
No,
holder caught
I
it.
don't like the excuse. You
I don't
go
like
for
the
the kick
excuse either.
anyways.
I thought as well, he said for the past couple weeks in practice, he was also kicking the turf. I'm pretty sure he was saying
I didn't
that.
see that.
But yeah, that's like a save the embarrassment type response, which everyone's going to see right through that. There's no way.
Yeah,
There's
that's
like,
just awful.
That was the worst thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, quite possibly the worst kick. I didn't watch the game, but I can tell you what, I opened up X or Twitter and I saw it everywhere. Like, it was just
The memes.
the talk of the night.
My wedge shot after 7 beers on hole 14, dude. It's so funny.
So, is it okay or is it not okay to drop a kicker if they have that type of kick? Worst kick we may have ever seen, ever, in our years of watching football or in the history of all of football. I'm going to say absolutely it's okay. Get rid of this guy. What are you doing out there? That's horrible. There's a reason why you were dropped by multiple teams. He was on the Falcons. He was on the Chargers when he was first taken into the league. Nobody wants him. This is his third team. That was a horrible kick. You probably don't get him off the team, but for the funsies, kick him off.
You know what, Chris?
Yep.
I'm going to have to completely agree with you. There's absolutely... it's just unfathomable to me how that can... Now it's even physically possible for that to happen. You know that meme where the guy tries to get in the facility after, like, he's opening the door, it's just locked?
Yeah, the Jets player got cut and you didn't know?
Yes, that is what has to happen.
That's one of my favorite videos.
You don't just get dropped from the team. That happens to you actually. Like, you're not allowed, like, anywhere near a facility ever again. Because that is a historic, like, you will never see that again, ever. That'll never happen again.
Literally never.
Man, that's the worst thing that's happened to the city of New York in a long time.
Yeah.
To watch that is, man, it. Like I was sad for them. One of my one of the members at work is a diehard Giants fan. I said, "What about that kick?" And he looked at me and then slammed his head on the bar. Dude's like 75. Like he just said, "I
just
absolutely
keep looking at it."
Justin's right on that. I mean, he if he woke up in the morning and his car was on blocks, I would understand. Like there should be riots outside of his house from New York fan. Like it is. That was horrible. When I first saw the video, I thought it was AI. I thought it was one of the AI videos. I'm like, there's no way. But it is horrendous.
I just keep looking at it. I'm like, how can that happen? Like, I'm literally trying to think.
I just have to say, since the introduction of Will Levis in the league, there have been more memeable moments that have happened in the National Football League.
I want him back so bad. It's so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely okay.
Definitely okay. I think we're all under the consensus that it's definitely okay.
It absolutely is, and you know what that means, right?
I can't stop thinking about that video. That's what that means. The guy just trying to get in the damn door.
The video, and unfortunately, that means you won't be hearing from us until next week, Thursday, 8 a.m. Once again at the Fastcast. As you know, we're here every single week until there's only 4 weeks remaining. You won't be hearing from us again Thursday, 8 a.m. Go Cowboys, we're making it to the Super Bowl. Anyone else?
Yeah, pray for Pittsburgh, please.
Go Rams. Woo.
Oh, the switch up of the year of the energies. Chris has been go Rams all year. Justin was sad.
I was going to see how
happy,
long of a pause we could get at the end of that, but yeah.
Oh, wow.
This guy was going to wait for like the beginning, the pause. All right, let's go Cowboys.
Be safe around trains. A message from Metro.